Okay, good morning everybody. Here we are, and I want to talk to you about some more percent problems. I want to go over question number 1 in the problem set that I gave you the other day. This one is about Micah and Jorge's song total. If you read the problem, it states the following. Micah has 294 songs stored on his phone, which is 70% of the songs that Jorge has stored on his phone. How many songs are stored on Jorge's phone? As you read this problem, and you know it's a percent problem, you know that it's going to be a relationship or a ratio of a part to a whole. And what we have in terms of information here is we know that Micah's songs are 70% of Jorge's songs. So if we're thinking about what is the part, what is the whole, who has more songs? Well, Jorge has more songs because Micah has 70%, which is less. So if we're thinking about part and whole, Micah is the part and Jorge is the whole. So Micah's relationship to Jorge's songs is 70%. Now I can rewrite 70% here as 70 over 100 because percent means out of 100. And I know Micah has 294 songs. So the question is, how many songs does Jorge have? Well, this looks like a proportion problem that I could solve, and I'm going to do this as a between ratio problem. Down here, I have simplified 70 100ths to 7 tenths because 70 and 100 both have the greatest common factor of 10. So then I simply have to figure out, how do I get from 7 to 294? If I could figure out what I multiply by here, well, that would tell me what I would multiply 10 by to give me Jorge's songs. So moving over here, we've got the division problem. 294 divided by 7. Well, how do I do that? That looks like a crazy long division problem, and I don't like long division. So just like when we do subtraction and we do adding instead, I'm going to do division by multiplying instead. And I'm going to do some mental math in order to multiply. I know some easy facts with my 7s. I know 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3 is 21, 7 times 4 is 28. But I also know that if I multiply all of those by 10, I'm really just adding another place value here. So 7 times 1 is 70, 7 times 2 is 140, 7 times 3 is 210, and 7 times 40 is 280. Again, that's just all mental math. I'm doing that in my head because I know my 7's times tables. And if I look, I'm trying to get to 294. Well, 280 is really close to 294. And I know that 294 minus 280 gives me 14, which means that I already have my answer. 7 times 2 plus 7 times 40 would give me 294. So that tells me that 7 times 42 is the answer. So what do I multiply by over here? I multiply by 42. And then I have to take 10 and do the same thing. Again, this is a between ratio. Well, what's 10 times 42? It's 420. How many songs does Jorge have on his phone? He has 420. We use between ratios to solve this percent problem.